But we'll start with the NFL. First game that happened, I will say the Texans beat the Browns. CJ Stroud, he showed out. How we feel about that? His playoff debut.
You know what's crazy? I'm actually more surprised by the Texans' defense. How they played against Joe Flacco and that offense. They was on fire. He got 2 picks. Obviously, pick 6. You seen that coach called the play?
Exactly. First player.
Straight pick 6. That joint's crazy. I think the Texans, they got what it takes, and we'll get to that. But the Texans, they got some dogs over there. I think how I felt about the Browns.
They disappointed me.
For them to have a number 1 defense, that disappointed them.
Yeah, they got. It's like he picked them apart so bad, bro. Like it's like he was carrying it too, bro. Like it's like
he been there before.
Like he been there before, bro.
It's
like you recognize him already. Like you seen flashes of him before.
That's crazy. As the number 1 defense going against that put up 40, bro.
Like
I had the Browns. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
I'm not surprised. It was like a 50-50 thing for me.
Shout out to the top, bro.
50 for me.
I won't blame it all on the defense though, but because before he threw 2 pick 6s, it was a 10-point game.
Yeah.
So he spiked 14 points. So off of that, uphill battle. Joe Flacco is pretty obvious. He gonna pass the ball every play.
Yeah.
He prone to turn the ball over all season.
They missed Nick Chubb. Kareem Hunt and Ford is solid, but
still crazy.
Nick Chubb, you know what I mean? So shout out to Joe Flacco though. They called him up. I'm pretty sure he was on his couch. They called him up. He's like, I play. You know what I mean? I play.
He did his job.
He did what he had to do. Can't even blame him on that.
One question. If Russell Wilson was there, said Joe Flacco, Browns win?
Absolutely.
All right, never mind. Next. So the Chiefs.
Like, why you even ask what he knew what he was going to say?
I just know what he was going to say. All right, so the Chiefs put the belt on the Dolphins, the red hot Dolphins, by the way. The whole season, they only scored 1 touchdown. Now, you guys feel like what goes on? Like I feel like this is their breakout season.
Well, I definitely think you're right in the beginning of the year, but over the past 6 weeks,
teams start figuring it out.
I think they're about 2-4 the past 6 weeks.
Yeah.
The Bills took the number 2 seed away from them. They had like a 3-game lead on them heading into like week 13. So for them to choke that, now you don't get a home playoff game. Now you got to go to Arrowhead, and we see what happened.
Why do you think the Dolphins lost?
Two is not good enough. I don't think they'll ever agree with him.
Do you think it was 2 or other?
It's 2.
I think you felt like when you play Miami, bro, Miami feel good. Like and you went to
Kansas. The weather definitely.
It was
cold. They said what degrees they said.
It was negative.
Wind chills are like
and the winds was like -20.
And they wasn't having no hoodies on, like going like pre-game. They just went like
every time they play the team, Tua doesn't play as good as he should, as he has against the
don't
team.
step up.
Yeah,
why do you think that is though?
I don't know. I mean, maybe he turnover prone. I don't know.
You think it's also the coaching style might be down? They got a little finesse to them. Maybe not enough power.
I feel like a lot of these plays is like either boom or bust. Also,
You
can stop them on like
it's already no burn for touchdown.
Like a bunch of these run plays and all that is like it's
right.
like a game 20.
They don't break it down like on the field either. Like you said, like from the 20 to the end zone for real.
I thought it was going to be like a rushing game for Miami, though. Right. They got the running backs, they got the pieces, but Tua went 20 for 39, passing. Like, that was just so nasty to me, bro.
Couldn't get the running game going. Shout out to the Chiefs' defense, though. They definitely held up.
They're one of the best defenses the Chiefs had, so I feel like this is what they're going to be leaning on to go further, because we know their offense is not really big.
And then also, shout out to Rasheed Rice. I ain't going to lie. He
might have found him one, like an actual receiver one. He has that type of potential.
All right, shout out to all the Cowboys fans.
The massacre, the
that was bad. The final score doesn't make it look as bad as it was.
It really doesn't. You watch this game.
The first half was what? The second quarter was 27-0.
27-0 with about a minute left in the second quarter. And
the Cowboys are at home.
I never would have imagined it, honestly. The way they lost is like, for them to be 16-0 at home throughout the past 2 years.
They haven't lost at home since 2022.
You're going against a rookie QB, even though he's one of the hotter QBs. You let him go off, but also you let Aaron Jones go off, so you can't stop the pass. You can't stop the run.
2018, bro. I'm like,
bro.
What are we doing? Like
3 touchdowns on the game.
And then what I like, Dak, you stat pad at the end,
Bro.
So the game don't get dead.
Bro, I mean,
The man
Yeah,
threw the
he
ball
got
60
some.
times. He threw the ball 60 times. He got 400 yards, 3 touchdowns. You would think as a casual fan, and then also checking the score, if you didn't watch the game, you'd be like, damn, that get going.
He lost the shootout, but
I want to say,
bro.
what happened to the Cowboys defense?
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Mark Lawrence, where was you at? Especially the run.
Micah, you know, I'm tired of the Micah Parsons, you know, Lawrence Taylor over there.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
calling
like,
that. We did too much for that. I ain't gonna lie. I don't even think he's the best
Yeah.
D lineman in, you know, the NFL right now. That's just my opinion.
Right.
I don't think he's top 3. So for the fact, I mean,
Pass rusher? Yeah, best pass rusher in the division.
Bro,
Dexter
Jordan
Lawrence.
Love was comfortable in the pocket.
He was. I'm not gonna lie, the coaching disparity was like
Bro.
hair. It was running some Dan Quinn's defense. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie, as an Eagles fan, I'm happy with it personally, but like, bro, they need to get a running back, bro. Like,
I'm not hot on it. So tell him
But it was crazy. He was in the regular season.
His season started.
His
Compared to what he was alongside Zeke, like him as his first season as an RB1, bro, was definitely underwhelming.
You fight that game, Mr. Zeke.
It's not even that.
I think they could have used him a little more this year, honestly.
I don't think Zeke got that foot speed anymore.
No, it's not even just that. Sometimes you gotta get some tough yards. Sometimes with Tony Pollard this year, he couldn't get it in
Yeah,
the 2-yard line, the 1-yard line.
Yeah.
Remember the year before, Zeke he might not have, you know, rushed for 1,400 yards like in his prime, but he still had like 10 touchdowns.
Yeah.
You need dudes to get those tough yards sometimes. Pollard, I don't think got that. But before we move on, should Dak be paid this offseason or should the Cowboys let him walk? I don't know what the Cowboys should do. I don't think Dak is great or good. I think he's like, you know, middle of the pack and he has a great team around him. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do let him walk, honestly, because you're gonna have to let him. You're gonna have to pay him the highest
I'm
amount
not
of
saying
money in the
he's
league.
paying him the highest paid quarterback, and he definitely not in the top 10.
I don't believe so. I don't
Like,
believe so.
they should pay him?
No,
The thing is,
bro.
you know,
No.
you might have to reset.
How you gonna upgrade though?
He gonna get to the regular season numbers.
But that's the problem.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
We don't care. Y'all like 6-0 at home.
But it's not all on him though.
It's not.
They always get out coached in the playoffs. Like it's always something like
But
he hasn't played.
But the Cowboys, the way the Cowboys coaching is, McCarty, he everything, bro. He's the GM, he's the coach. He has hands in everything. So that's not going to change.
it's not.
I don't think
Even if
his
there's no
problem
like,
is his problem is he's not a great motivator. You see him on the sideline, he always has the same expression no matter doing good, doing bad. His players not, you know, feeling the emotion, not playing for him. I feel like
And it's like he turns into a turtle when his players snap on him too, bro. It's like CD was going at him, then CD started getting the ball. I'm just like, bro, like it shouldn't take your players to snap on you for you to really lock in, bro.
Right.
You have to lock in from the start, from before the game even starts, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
you know, the Cowboys said they were gonna keep him. I don't know if that's the best move. I don't know if paying Dak is the best move, but you know, as we see, they are, you know, making the playoffs every year. I feel like Dak is another, you know, Tony Romo, and Tony Romo might have been a little better, if I'm being honest. That's just how I think.
but who will replace him though?
That's all I'm saying.
They got
What
you.
QB
Would you go for over him? Because the Niners did trade up so many picks to get Trey Lance as number 2
They
pick.
took a swing.
That was a few years ago, but you know, if they believed in him that much, maybe Dallas should believe in him. I don't think that's a horrible idea, you know, because I think we see the peak Dak. This is what you're going to get, you know. Solid in the regular season, you know.
Yeah.
He wasn't in MVP discussion this year, but no one truly thought of him or thinks of him as top 5. Not some not even top 10 quarterback. So
I just
don't know.
I just feel like if you're getting rid of Dak, you need to get a quarterback that you believe can actually take you there. You can't just get rid of him for no reason. Because how many quarterbacks in the league that are one available and two can even take you to the promised land?
Russell Wilson.
Come on, man.
Russell Wilson.
So yeah. At the end of the day,
Russell Wilson on the Cowboys, this team would have beat the Packers. I'm
Really?
standing on that. I am standing on that,
Come on,
bro.
bro.
Yes, because
Come on,
the
bro.
reads Dak make, Russ doesn't make. Russ is smarter. He's a Super Bowl champ, as we know. He has all the credentials.
What president we
better
had,
mindset.
man? What president that was Obama, bro.
Yo, bro, look at me in the camera. Stay off the weed. bro.
Y'all got
No.
You taking Dak over Russ?
They didn't seem well. They didn't seem
Yeah,
terrible.
bro.
They didn't seem terrible.
But you got
You don't get better with you.
we put Cowboys got a top 5 team in the league surrounding the quarterback.
Right.
We know the Broncos, they gave up 70. They gave up 49 to the Lions. That defense was 30th, 31st. We not talking about when Russell Wilson had a good defense and solid receivers from 2012 to 2017. We seen he had the most wins besides Brady. He went to 2 Super Bowls. He won 1. One of the highest passer ratings of all time. I feel like Russell Wilson is being underrated because, probably the last few years, but we got to consider what he really is.
But we also got to consider he was also backed by the LOB. You
We too.
know what I mean? We can't forget about the LOB. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's what I'm saying. You put a good defense. With any quarterback, you put a good defense and a solid offense around them, they should produce. The Dak Cowboys, they have not been able to do that. You did that with Russ. What they do? Super Bowl win. They went to plenty of divisional rounds. They wasn't losing their first game in the playoffs. Like, this is what I'm saying. The great quarterbacks, they elevate their game in the playoffs.
But
Dak,
it's on the same type tip though. Like Russ back then wasn't as emotional. Like you'll go to Russ past teammates, they would say like Russ wasn't really a leader. He wasn't really vocal. He didn't really hang out with the team as much. You can see the same thing with Dak. Like you said, he's not the leader. You can tell he's not the leader of that locker room for real. So it's like they need a leader.
but they did know that Russ put in all the work that was needed. Russ is someone that's always
He was trying to get Russell down. That's why. He's trying to get Russell down.
Come on. But would you trade that? Cause I think he has some good trade value. Feel me? Maybe franchise tag.
I will let him walk because, like I said, if you trade him, you might. It depends on when you trade him. Will you pay him first? Will you how will that work? If someone knows he's on an expired contract, what will you really get for a mid-level QB?
But
that can't win with this team,
Right.
So you think he goes to majority of other teams are going to be worse than Dallas. So if he can't win with this team, then how many other teams will really want that?
But if you let him go, I mean, he got to go somewhere. He's not going to.
No, he'll definitely go somewhere.
I feel like maybe you could throw a franchise tag at him, maybe get like a late round pick or a couple of them, hold that, and maybe sign Russell Wilson to like a minimum contract. I don't think he's gonna be looking for too much money. Shit, Broncos still gonna be paying them checks.
Broncos, he's gonna be, Russell's set. I definitely think Russell's set, but I just think that the Cowboys, the Dak experiment, I think a lot of the same will just continue to happen. They'll be solid in the regular season and just can't get over a hump in the playoffs. And
I think.
I just think because we got some Eagles fans right here, they don't want to see Russ in the same division. That's what I'm
I think since they kept McCarthy, I think they'll give it another year with him and Dak, and I think if it don't work out like same thing, they'll get rid of
They both should get rid of him.
Then they should have kept McCarthy though.
Huh?
Then they should have kept McCarthy.
What you mean, bro? He's in charge. He's firing himself.
It's like with Jerry Jones, it's like you hear a lot of like he be like hands on with the franchise.
Yeah.
He don't want somebody that's like Bill Belichick or somebody
Let's
that's
go and talk.
gonna come
Go
in
against
and-
He is holding them back. Jerry Jones.
He's
not giving you that.
Bro, look at this year. This is probably the best coaching pool you ever gonna see like in a couple years, bro.
Oh,
You got Bill Belichick, Mike Vrabel, Harbaugh coming to the league.
Pete Carroll.
Oh,
That's what I say,
yeah.
bro. It's some good names. We're not even talking about coordinators too that's ready for a head coach promotion. You feel me? So I don't know, bro. But you got to put a plug, bro. You got to do it this year, bro. Like, cause like, all right, cool. You keep him after this year. CD, he another year older. You know what I mean? Another year gonna
They're
come
gonna
on
pay
his
him.
contract.
They're gonna pay him.
They're gonna pay him. But
His contract is up this year, and he's got to get paid. They're gonna pay Micah. He's one of their best players, so that's 2 players that gotta get paid. So you're gonna pay both of them near the top salary for their positions. Now you're gonna do 3 if you do that.
Right.
So it's gonna be like but is that really? It's interesting
We just
discussion.
spent 8 minutes on Russell Wilson and the Cowboys. Next. I'm sorry. Shout out to Russell Wilson.
Shout out to the
Most
Cowboys.
underrated player of all time.
Shout out to the
Shout out to
Cowboys.
the Cowboys.
F the Cowboys.
Lions beat the Rams.
Yo,
Man,
that was
the best game.
That was the best game.
That's not saying much though.
No,
That's not
Yeah,
saying
no,
much.
that's-
Both the games were long.
Yo, how do I feel about this end of Puka's first season? I feel like I'm like the Rams, even though they traded the whole house for a Super Bowl, they really got
They
something.
right back there.
Kyrie Poop in the 5th round, bro.
Mind you, Cooper Cup didn't even start the season. Imagine what they would have did.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean? Like, I feel like they're in good hands, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Like,
Sean McVay said he may even want to come back. You know, he was thinking about retiring after this past year. He said he felt rejuvenated as a coach. You know, he had a lot of fun this year because he ain't had, you know, the most stacked team on paper, but he still pulled off this job. I feel like, you know, he's another coach of the year candidate in my opinion.
That's a little bit of like front running to me, bro. How you gonna retire, bro? You the youngest, like you was the youngest.
He too young,
for
I'm saying.
years. And it's like all right, cool. You walked into a good team, y'all got better, y'all went to the Super Bowl a couple times. Then when it's time, the team breaking down a little bit, you trying to retire. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I think he's saying is like he's so young, he wants to see and experience other things, but it's like, bro, come on.
you knew what you was getting yourself into when you applied for the job. So I mean,
When you traded all those picks,
Exactly.
like having players that walk. I mean, don't get me wrong.
They got their Super Bowl.
They did get Super Bowl, and then they did bad players eventually. Now that's going to replace them in years to come. But I mean, the Rams got a bright future. I mean, in the game though, the actual game, I thought me personally was a little questionable. A couple calls that should have went another way. Tyler Higbee, the hit on Tyler Higbee right at his knee. Now he got torn ACL and MCL, bro. The holding call on Puka in the fourth. And Sean
the head shot on Puka.
Yeah, Sean McVay made a stupid decision in the fourth. I think it was like 3 or 4 minutes left, and they went to punt the ball, bro. It was something like that. They was down by 1. He went to go punt the ball.
Oh, yeah.
It was like a 4th and 6 or something like that. I'm like, bro, when they punt the ball, that's all we're going for.
For just to speak on that though, they only gave up 3 points the second half though. He probably believed in the defense. I don't think that's a horrible, it's not a horrible decision, but you know, let's definitely give the Lions some love. Like, you know, first playoff win in about 32 years, so we gotta definitely clap it up for them. I think this is something the Lions are gonna.
They're trying to stay with
every
the
year.
culture, They're tired of being the same Detroit Lions that we lose every year. What you mean?
No. But I was gonna say because I think you were saying like, is this gonna be something normal for them to come?
Yeah.
They divisional to come too, bro.
Yeah.
The Bears got two top 9 picks.
Packers, we already seen what the
Packers,
Packers.
we gonna get to them. The Vikings, you give them a healthy year, they always in the mix.
Yeah.
So going forward, like I think it was a down year for the division, like overall, but going forward, bro, they gonna have some competition. But I do like them as a core, but
I like
They
the
can't.
I like the
lose
culture that
games.
you brought. I do like the culture. They got a lot of young talent. You know, Jared Goff. You know, sometimes he can be, you know, kind of deer in the headlights, but he's definitely a solid quarterback.
But that run game don't come a lot though. Having two running backs being able to talk like that.
He got a top 5 running back.
It's time that like he don't even got to pass.
Also got a top 5 wide receiver.
They got top 5 tight end too.
Definitely top 5 tight end.
They got a lot
They're
of
gonna be good
talent.
for years to come.
They gonna be solid for
All right, next, the Steelers. Even though we didn't expect so much, they did lose to the Bills, and the Bills they've been hot even before the playoffs. How we feel about that
And
game?
you know, they were 6-6. The Broncos beat them. I think their last loss. So since
I
then.
remember
Oh, of course. So, but they've been on a 6-game win streak. They're streaking into the playoffs. Just got another win. No matter how you want to slice
that.
the Steelers,
Well, I'll say
a playoff win.
you
a
played
playoff
in
win.
front of you. Yeah.
Exactly.
And they won by 2 touchdowns, so that was convincing.
And you know, I think the Bills have what it takes now. They do have, you know, still a lot of injuries on defense. That's what I think held them back a little bit during the regular season. But they have the quarterback. I think they have a great defensive coach, and they still got. Hey, playoff Von Miller, he may come back. Stephon Diggs still one of the best receivers in the league. I think James Cook is their best running back they had. Dawson Kincaid with best tight end duo. I mean, they have everything. You know, obviously we've been saying this for the past few years, but Bills versus Niners was my Super Bowl prediction. I'm sticking with that. You know, I think they have. I think that was my preseason prediction.
Okay.
So I knew the Bills had what it takes. I mean, I just think it's one of the years for them to break out.
We're gonna talk about them next week.
So how y'all feel about like the Steelers though? Like, I know it was like they wasn't really even supposed to be there.
They wasn't, but I'm happy they turned the season around. I was kind of disappointed that defense went up 31 points. Like the Steelers always come over.
You know, over the past five playoff games, they're 0-5, and you know the Steelers give up like 31 plus every one of them games.
Really?
That's not even Steelers like. You know, you think about the 2000s.
Locking up like
They
They always squeak it.
What do y'all think they need though? Except for obviously quarterback.
I need a quarterback. I need a quarterback.
I was about to say that's what I'm gonna get. Like, how are they gonna find a new QB? Because they're never bad enough to get
A draft pick.
a high draft pick, but they're like,
They're never good.
I'm not
All I'm saying is,
I'm not gonna keep
all I'm saying is, Brown
mentioning-
might be a Steelers.
I'm not gonna lie.
Bro, like,
the Steelers. I like that better than the Cowboys.
That's the fourth time we mentioned him, bro. Like, come on, bro. This is like, come on, yo.
He's the biggest draw this offseason. He should be.
No.
You know, Super Bowl winning.
That's a good for him.
Super Bowl winning quarterback. I think.
We just named 3 teams this man can be on, bro.
Is that
Yes,
crazy?
sir.
Bro.
Yes.
3, bro. We
So you trust-
we supposed to be talking about what these teams can do to get better. We over here Russell Wilson. Come on,
He
bro.
was a
Russell Wilson
top,
make it better.
he was a top 10 quarterback
Kenny
before,
Pickett is not
before he
good.
got benched.
Kenny Pickett is not good. Mason Rudolph is not
Russell
good.
Wilson was top 10
Yeah, the
quarterback.
Cowboys might have been stretch. I'm not gonna lie.
The Cowboys is an extreme
He
stretch.
could be a needle mover for Pittsburgh, especially with Najee Harris, Jalen Warren. That's a little.
Deontay Johnson, George Pickens. You still got the defense who,
They
man.
can get a good coordinator because Matt Canada, before they fired him this season, he was terrible.
Well, that's also with the QB, you know, when you got someone like Russ, he's one of the best off-script quarterbacks of all time. So sometimes you don't need the best play call when you got a Russ, you know, one of the best improvisers we've ever seen.
Right.
Third most rushing yards for a quarterback of all time.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So,
Before we got to field, though, one more thing.
all right, what's up?
I feel like this team, out of all teams in the league, is the best example of like why you just need a down season sometimes, bro.
Because
Sometimes
they ain't middle of the pack.
Because like squeaking into the playoffs is cool, and like obviously the win integrity and everything, but like bro, they could use themselves with the top pick, especially this year.
Yeah.
Man, now they might trade up, and that might be the route they go instead of like a Russell Wilson, but like drafting a quarterback early, trading up with like the Bears. 'Cause I know they got number 1 and they got number 9 too, so they could do something with that.
I kind of think it speaks to, you know, the greatness of Mike Tomlin. You know, I believe,
Sure.
you know, he's a top 5 to 10 coach, and you know, for what he doesn't have, he still manages to make the playoffs or never had a losing season, you know, throughout his tenure. So I definitely think that's just him, great coaching. I think they did hold on to. I think they held on to Big Ben for a little too long, so that kind of set them back a little bit. But like I said, they're still in the playoffs, so it's not like it hurt them too bad. You know?
So I actually want to ask y'all a question about Mike Tomlin. I seen this tweet on Instagram. I seen this tweet on Twitter. It was like a very upset Steelers fan. Somebody said we're gonna have to have some talks about Mike Tomlin being the Doc Rivers of the NFL. How do you feel about that?
No.
You don't think so?
Because he went to 2 Super Bowls, won
I
one.
would compare more to Eric Spoelstra, taking out like
I like that.
yeah,
Actually, like
maxing
that.
out.
They got so much of that.
I like that. I like that.
Because he's not choking. He's not like
They saying like he getting a lot of recognition, but like he hasn't been to the Super Bowl in a minute. Similar to Doc
Look at
Rivers.
his talent.
So similar to Doc Rivers, whereas
Yeah, but Doc has
Rivers-
had like top 5 teams.
Doc has been a favorite of series of
Right.
That's
they
what I was saying.
they have not been the favorites.
Right.
Shit, even them getting to the playoffs, like
crazy.
Yeah, I agree.
all right. For this next segment, I'm gonna let Saki and Jay.
I'm
I'm gonna say, let them cook. For y'all don't know, the Eagles started off.
No, I got it.
Cook.
Belt the ass.
Right.
For the wrong reasons.
right.
Bro.
Stop, look at the camera.
I'm not gonna lie.
Talk.
No. Whoever watching this joint, lock it real quick, bro.
Right.
For the past 7 to 8 weeks, I've been telling people that, and I'm saying, I know you're gonna be watching this, bro. He's asking me like, yo, bro, what's your thoughts on the Eagles, bro? What's your thoughts on the Eagles? I'm like, bro, the win is cool, but like, bro, the way they won it, like the win margin, I'm not really comfortable. Like, I'm not really feeling it.
it was never like last year.
That's
Never
what
so
I'm
like
saying,
last year,
bro.
though.
Bro, come the Niners game, we get cooked at the crib and we never bounce back. Bro, we were 1-6 in our last 7 games to close the season up.
This home was against the Giants, which we got.
Which we barely won. Barely won.
Because Saki just said, Saki was like, it's just the Giants.
That game was crazy. I was at that.
But Pete,
Giants almost won that.
I'm not gonna lie. They got to fire Nick Sirianni, bro. They got to fire Nick Sirianni. Bro, lock in.
All right, take it.
The play calling was terrible in the second half of the season, bro.
Right.
I'm not even gonna lie. I would have hate giving the offensive coordinator a little promotion because he wasn't even able to call the plays, bro.
Right.
They demoted their defensive coordinator mid-season. Nobody does that.
Yeah.
Fucking Matt Patricia,
The thing
bro.
about that is they didn't fire him. They just demoted him.
I'm saying, Jalen Hurts, thumb injury, banged up. He could have definitely played better. But it's like as a coaching unit, you see the Bucks blitzing them every play. They don't got nothing to compare.
It was a one possession game for majority of the game too. I'm not even like,
we're running, bro. I saw a play where they blitzed us. We ran 4 comeback routes. Bro. I'm like, bro, it was like nobody's running away from the corner. Why am I doing that to him?
He threw a pitch to Kevin Gainwell with the back of running back. He was running backwards, bro.
He didn't block. He didn't block.
He didn't block.
He didn't block. He didn't block.
But that didn't hurt, bro. Little Jordan,
bro.
safety. When I saw that, bro, I knew it was game, bro. It's not that year. It's cool. But like, that was a disaster second half of the season from coaching, bro.
I also think that with wins and egos, I feel like this year y'all had the most egos in the locker room. Like people not having their touches. It wasn't a balanced offensive attack.
No,
I
that's
feel
not
like
it, bro. It's the fact that so our coordinators left last year. We let Sirianni hire 2 coordinators. From week 7 on, we didn't do any adjustments to make our team better. It's been the same thing, same formations on offense, the same plays. We've been getting exposed on the same areas on the defense. It's like
shout out Julio Jones,
but
bro.
no change.
I ain't gonna lie. I think the wide receiver depth is low key bad. I'm just gonna be honest. With no AJ, Smitty was doing his thing. He was showing his ass. He was doing his thing. But like I said, Julio, one good hit to the chest, he out for the game. But he did Quez Watkins. Like we don't gotta talk about that. Y'all got to get all tight and cool. You're not really using the running attack. You're not really getting down.
First drive,
That's really been the problem all year. Last year, y'all was #1 in the rushing attack. This year, y'all not running the ball.
That's what I'm saying, like,
I don't understand. Why? First, I'm not an Eagles fan, but why are they never in single back or I form either?
That always been good.
Never under center. He's never under
What
center.
is
He's never under
going
center.
on? Like,
Always
I
ball
always
spread.
thought that was weird.
And then but y'all like Jason Kelsey going like, yeah, he can retire
No,
that.
he deserved better. But my thing is like, Sirianni didn't prove to me that he could adapt or like evolve.
He was shook.
Change.
He was shook,
It's been the
bro.
same thing week in, week out. It's been the same thing. Just the same stuff in the press conferences, bro. It's like
And another thing, like I said, for the Cowboys, if you're gonna fire McCarthy, bro, it's no better year to make a little change right now. You feel me? I'm not saying they can get Bill, but
we get Vrabel.
Vrabel was perfect, bro.
We get
Bro,
Vrabel.
that's hard,
But
bro.
I don't think they should fire Sirianni. I think one of the things is they didn't look like they came to play on what was that Sunday?
I know.
That's his fault though. Like, I think he lost the locker room a little bit.
I told
too,
y'all, bro.
But the team, everyone's breaking the Eagles tackle. They keep
Bro,
knowing
that's
that.
What's secondary is fool.
That's aberration.
Bro, I said this before the
I think
Niners
it's better
game.
than
I said this
The
before the
Bucks
Niners
really
game.
could have blew them out by more if it wasn't for some drops.
So I said this before the Niners game, right? I said y'all can't keep relying on coming back in games, bro. Y'all can't keep playing down. Y'all can't keep playing to y'all competition, bro.
Be
Because,
reactionary.
and then especially with AJ Brown out, bro. I'm just like, yo, obviously he was a key piece in the offense. I get that, but at that point you gotta change stuff. You gotta run the ball. There's no reason why Swift wasn't getting as much touches, especially
He was cooking early in the season.
especially coming early in the season, bro. So it's like you seen Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith was hooping. Dallas Goddard, great, solid addition. But after, like you said, wide receiver depth, trash.
Like,
Trash.
who
Who was on to?
Yeah,
Who was on
like,
to? You know what I mean?
That's when you use the backfield like last year, bro. We made Miles Sanders look like Saquon Barkley back there, bro. Last
And
year,
DeAndre Swift is better than Miles Sanders.
That's
So
what I'm
that's
saying.
what don't make sense why it doesn't run the ball.
man, bro.
Crazy.
And this is like, I'm not gonna lie.
Jalen Hurts turned Drew Wall.
Yeah, you were saying on Twitter, why are we having these Jalen Hurts is mid talks, bro? I don't, you know what I mean? Like,
I literally don't get it. I feel like, all right, cool, I get it. Like the NFL, out of any league, is year-to-year takes off performance. But bro, you just seen where this man was in the Super Bowl.
Right.
All right, cool.
you say he was going band for band with Mahomes.
He was going band for band with Mahomes. You feel me? All right, cool. He had the best game today. But if you look like real football heads, look. You watch the game, bro.
It wasn't his fault.
Bro, it was beyond him, bro. It's a real problem in their organization. They gotta fix it, bro. You don't start the season 10-1 and end the season like you did, bro. You gotta think. The Rams started the season 3-6.
Right.
They finished the season with 1 less win than the Eagles. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. They was the 6th seed, the Eagles the 5th seed. And mind you, even with the Eagles losing to the Niners, they still fumbled their division, bro.
It was up to games.
That's what I'm saying, bro. They still fumbled the division. Maybe you host a playoff game against the Bucks or something like that. Maybe they end the division now. Maybe. I mean, but looking at it now, it's like maybe the loss was best for them in the long run. Because I'm not gonna lie, the formula they have now, they figured out. And I would just say like that: the Sirianni, Hurts, AJ Brown core is figured out. They not going back to Super Bowl. They do it. They run another season back again, bro. I'm standing there, bro.
Look, we can keep Sirianni, but we need 2 coordinators.
I'm about to say you need some good coordinators, bro.
We need
Bro, that shit is not like.
So whose loss do you think was worse, the Cowboys or the Eagles?
Cowboys.
I'm saying Cowboys.
I think the
I
Cowboys.
feel like everybody wasn't really surprised that we lost.
Yeah.
I feel like it was more.
Especially around here. Especially
And
around here.
I feel like the way how the Cowboys lost is the reason why I'm saying that.
Yeah.
Lost at home, 16-0 at home.
40
Jordan
and
Love.
And then y'all came into the playoffs not as good either.
Yeah, y'all came
And then
in.
with the AJ Brown injury, like somebody.
Yeah,
That was bad. That was bad.
Hurts was hurt, so it's like.
Shout out to the Bucks though.
Cowboys.
Cowboys was at 7.
All right, we're gonna do some quick predictions.
They lost in the first half.
All right, for this weekend, let me see here how y'all feeling for this weekend. We're gonna do some quick predictions. So we're gonna start off Bucks versus Lions. So like Saki said, the Bucks was dropping a couple passes. Do they clean that up against the Lions or?
They have no choice, so they're gonna lose. But I got the Lions to win.
I got the Lions too.
I got the I think
It's like 7,
Okay.
10.
it's gonna be a close game.
Oh, you said the game
Yeah.
7-10?
No, like they're gonna win by 7.
Oh, 7-10.
Yeah.
I got that John. I was gonna say I got the Lions winning probably like you said by 10, maybe like a 24-14 type of John, maybe even like a 34-20.
I can see a 24-6.
Who win though?
Lions.
Okay.
I don't think the Bucks. I don't think the Bucks scored a touchdown. Really? 2 field goals.
Wow.
Baker been playing. He been hot.
Baker can.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised.
They wasn't that convincing against the Eagles, and that was the Eagles.
I'm not gonna lie. I really agree with that. Like, I know the Eagles, like, not to cut you off. I know the Eagles, like, didn't play their best, like, brand of football, but the game was pretty close. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, yeah, bro.
They could have came back.
It was close for
They could have came back for a little minute.
Watching that, I wasn't really convinced.
So what you think about the game?
I definitely think it's going to be close. I think it's a 50-50. The Bucks got more experience than the Lions. As we know, they've been to a Super Bowl. They got a lot of that same core coming back. Obviously, you don't got Brady. But like we said, Baker Mayfield, one of the comeback player of the year candidates. He's made the playoffs, so he's a pretty solid quarterback. He has a playoff win before he became a Buccaneer, so this is another one. I wouldn't be
You
surprised.
think long term with him?
I think they should keep him. Yeah, I think they should keep him.
Or do you think they should get Russ to?
I mean,
Bro, we're not about to do this.
I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
look, either way how you slice it, I think Baker's around the same level as that.
He did enough this year. He did enough this year.
I
He got the
think
playoffs
they're
right here too. Right
You
here.
said they were in love with that?
They're close.
Nah.
They're close.
I know the Cowboys were disappointed, but let's put some perspective on that. Let's come from the Eagles.
I mean, I think they both have the same amount of playoff wins.
I mean, but like, we talking about real play, like, we talking about stats, bro. Like, it's not like, this Baker first season even being a good quarterback, like,
But when we say would Dak have brought this team to the playoffs?
the Bucks,
Are
yeah.
we confident in that?
But I'm
That guy,
confident.
we better spot. Keep it.
That's
That's a 50-50.
That's not his fault.
It's not, but like at the same time, if he can barely do much with the
Like,
slide guy,
like,
what are you gonna do with the Bucks?
I mean, he ain't always have CB, you feel me?
Right.
Mark, I mean, wait, hold on. Mike Evans is like, that's not.
Alright,
that's
Cooper.
not-
But I said, the talent he got right now, he's
Sorry.
gonna do with the Bucks.
What you mean?
He got a top.
Bro, Mike Evans is literally a
He
Hall
got
of
a
Famer.
top 3 wide receiver, bro. He got a top 3 wide receiver. He couldn't even do nothing with that. He got a top defense.
Alright, let's talk about the team
I
that
got
lost.
some crazy takes about this quarterback.
The team the Cowboys lost
He's
to.
not
The Packers go against your 49ers.
Uh-huh.
Now, how that looking for you? So,
That's the
Food.
truth.
I'm not gonna
About
lie.
the ass
But-
for the Packers.
No, you crazy.
yo, a lot. If Jordan Love upset y'all,
Oh no! I was saying.
I'm trolling.
And I ain't gonna say. I can't really speak.
Good.
But if we come back here and the Niners out the playoffs, I will be ready. Because you gonna say a little, like just a little, like too much for me.
I'm not gonna lie. So, one thing I will say, right, about the Niners is we did have a week off. You know what I mean? Compared to Jordan Love, they just got them cooking the Cowboys, right?
They hot still.
They just got them. They hot. What I think is really going to keep us in the lead for most of the game, or I really think is going to make us win the game, is the offense. I'm not gonna lie, the offense is top tier. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's not really enough offenses that can go band for band with the Niners. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's not enough offense that go touchdown with them. You know what I mean? But we are a bad Brock Purdy game for being out. I ain't gonna lie. It's just a fact. It's just a fact.
he's a high level receiver.
He is.
I believe this game's gonna come down to, you know, how Jordan Love plays, because the Cowboys allow Aaron Jones to look like prime Barry Sanders. That's not gonna happen this game. Like, Aaron Jones isn't gonna have 3 touchdowns, $150.
Who says that?
That's just not gonna
I'm
happen.
confident.
That's not gonna
Cowboys defense is supposed to be done.
Nah, if Jordan Love wins you this game, cool. But Aaron Jones is not gonna win you this game. Aaron Jones, you know, he's getting kind of slept on what happened last week because Jordan Love had 3 touchdowns, but he only passed the ball 21 times. Like, Aaron Jones really did a lot of the heavy lifting, if we're really being honest. And I don't think the Niners are gonna allow. You know, the Cowboys have always been susceptible to the run over the past few years. The Niners are definitely not like that. They'll make the quarterback beat you, and hey, you tip your head. Jordan Love has been a top 5 quarterback over the past, 8 weeks or so. So if he does do it, I'm not going to be entirely shocked, but it'll take a Jordan Love masterpiece to do this.
His receivers going to have to do some career. Like Romeo Dobbs, Garrett, Christian Watson's damn near unheard of at this point, bro. I thought he was, bro. I thought Christian Watson was the ticket.
I thought he was in for a breakout.
I thought he was in for something crazy. He was balanced, but even when he was on the field, you know what I mean, he had a handful of good games, you know what I mean? They gonna have to really hoop against these.
They gotta get him in the air, bro.
Yeah,
He's
bro.
not like,
They have to do something.
He's not replicating that run game, bro.
Yeah,
That's what really opened everything up when Aaron Jones started cooking his early game.
I think the key to this game for the Packers, for them to win, they gotta stop the run. And they gotta try to force a turnover. They have to. And they gotta
It's
not gonna be easy, but that's what I'm saying.
I think
if you stop the run,
turnovers.
you stop the run, and you
won't be out
So
there.
they started really good against the Cowboys, so
Yeah.
so they got the potential to do it.
The Packers got is probably the worst defense remaining. If we're being honest, we look at who they have and what's going on. You look at their statistics throughout the year, so they're gonna need to have 2 turnovers because I think Chris McCaffrey's gonna have over 100 scrimmage yards. I think that's just gonna happen no matter how you slice it. But can you make Brock Purdy make a mistake? Can you get a strip set? Can you force him into an interception? I think those are the key factors that will help the Packers win this game.
You gotta be able to adjust too, do some different things at him too.
Yeah.
All right, next, C.J. Stroud versus Lamar. How we feeling? Lamar kind of got that Cowboys reputation in the playoffs that he was fooling, but I'm not gonna lie, I feel like this is the Ravens year.
I think it's different. I think they're coming in different this year.
How we feeling? Saki, how we feeling?
I feel good. I think the Ravens. It's gonna be close because off the fact that the bye week, I don't know if they're gonna come out hot like how they
Or
finish the
sluggish,
regular season, or they're gonna come out sluggish.
They ended the regular season really hot.
Yeah, so they can't afford to do that because the Texans gonna put up
56 points.
So
And Lamar and the Ravens have done this. Remember in 2019 against the Titans, they had the number 1 seed coming into the AFC, go against the Titans, and they go down big early, and we know how that ended. They ended up losing the game. Titans move on to the AFC Championship. So I'm actually going with upset. I'm going with the Texans winning this game. I believe there'll be a lot of deja vu. They'll come out a little sluggish. Texans jump on them, force Lamar to make a lot more plays. Not to say he can't, but the Texans has a good defense this year, and I like what D'Amico did, change the culture around there. Nice defense, like I was mentioning, and they have a solid run game as well, the Texans. So I don't know. I'm going with upset. I'm going around 27-20.
Yeah, how you feel?
I gotta go with the favorites. I'm not gonna lie. The Ravens coming in here as a 1 seed, doing anything. I think Lamar. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie.
You hear all the talk this all season.
This is a must win for him.
I'm not gonna lie. I think this might not even be close, bro.
Oh shit, we get a massacre.
Not that bad, like not Cowboys and Packers bad, but I think it's gonna be easy work. It's gonna be easy work. I think one of those things where the Ravens as a team understand that they have to get it done this year. This is their year.
And the Texans too young too.
It's too young.
It's not the year.
I think the Browns have
Packers
far
are the
from
youngest team
games.
in the league, and we see what they just did to a top 5 team.
So
never know.
All time, if you're making a parlay for this game, right? Do you got these 2 quarterbacks both on 2 touchdowns?
Yes.
Throwing to touchdowns?
Throwing to.
Or any touchdown scorer.
No.
I think they're both good for it because the way I'm seeing this game, I think, like I said, the Ravens gonna go down early, so Lamar gonna be passing. If the Texans go up early, it's gonna be because of C.J. Stroud. So I'll bet that.
So do y'all think it's another 49er and Packers situation where the Texans gotta get a turnover for this game to be somewhat even a battle?
Yeah, for sure. Yes.
2 turnovers.
I mean,
Because the Ravens, they gonna control the line of scrimmage. I feel like they gonna have
Their
them.
defense is crazy, bro. Like, see, Trevor, I see the Ravens defense.
So
I mean, he's seen the number 1 defense last week.
It's different.
I thought they got established for
This is what rest did.
They gonna go live against that season.
Hey, but there's no Marlon Humphrey.
Okay.
That's the best, one of the best corners in the league that they're missing. Obviously, no Mark Andrews. I mean, they're missing some key pieces. Obviously, their 2 best running back, Gus Edwards, been solid, but he's not.
They got Dalvin Cook in the mix now too.
Yeah, I just found that out. That was so crazy. I'm
How
not
long I think he's gonna be though?
What's that?
How long
They
think
know.
I don't think he's gonna be like featured too.
I'm about to say,
probably
like,
goal line, right?
Yeah, goal line, 3rd down if they really need it.
third down.
And that's why I think it's gonna be the game of the weekend. Chiefs versus Bills. Allen versus Mahomes, part 3. You know what? Yo, let's talk about the
That
first.
was probably one of the best games I've ever seen.
I watched that live too.
That was one of the best games I've ever seen in my life. No cap.
I'm not lying. That game turned Pat Mahomes into a top 5 quarterback of all time.
Okay.
It wasn't the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Okay.
That turned Rick into a top 5 wide receiver in the game.
Yes.
Today. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So do the Chiefs finally lose this time?
I think
Josh
that
Allen get his lick back?
I think this will be the year that happens. Like I said, like I mentioned
Not,
earlier,
not in Kansas City, so
it's not in Kansas City.
no
and-
Swifties like not on it.
And they don't have.
She might be on the road. She definitely might be on the road.
Swifty on the road.
For sure.
Take the trip.
I think that the Chiefs, they don't have a true number 1 receiver.
They can't do
Travis
that.
Kelce, I don't know if he's the best tight end in the league no more.
that's fair.
I think he's he's taken a lot of hits this year. Really over the past few years. He's 33 going on 34. He's not just gonna keep on running by people and getting open as easily as he used to. And like we said, we had receiver issues, with drops, bad communication, things like that. I think this is gonna be one of them games where Mahomes is gonna have to be magical if they're gonna win this game. I can't see this being a low scoring game. I do have the Bills winning, but I'm gonna go 34-24.
I mean, the Bills only put up 31 against the Steelers, so.
I think I got the Chiefs in this one. I just don't trust Josh Allen.
I low-key got the Chiefs losing.
I think the Chiefs are going to be able to stop the run, and in turn, which has Josh Allen trying to make play after play after play. And we know he's prone to throw one. He's prone to throw one, trying to do something like that. So I just trust Mahomes a little bit more. Even
He's prone, but hey, you keep putting in his hands, he's gonna keep making plays though. He's gonna keep on fighting. That's what I gotta respect about Josh.
And that's why I think the Chiefs gonna win that one. I ain't gonna lie.
Bro.
I think the Chiefs gonna win this job.
I had the Bills winning, but now I ain't gonna lie, bro. This gonna be a good game.
it is.
I think it's gonna be which matchup or rivalry you think is better, Joe Burrow Mahomes or Josh Allen Mahomes?
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen was more exciting, but
I'm like, wait, the game.
Bro would be like
Bro beat him in his credit too.
So,
Shout out Joe Burrow.
so